My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, and that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins, for the grace to make this time of prayer fruitful, my Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Jesus, in today's gospel, we see a really incredible encounter that you have with this Canaanite woman who entreats you to help her daughter. Her daughter is possessed by a demon, and she approaches you, Jesus, as many people do in the gospel, and asks you for help. At that time, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." And it's a simple first conclusion or first resolution we can take from our prayer to ask our Lord for help. If we have a problem, God is always part of the solution. And perhaps we do this a lot, but perhaps we think we do it more than we actually do it. I know I fall into this. I think I pray for things, but actually I'm just worrying about them and trying to solve them on my own. But how much do I explicitly pray for the problems in my life and explicitly pray for the problems that other people ask me to pray for? I think it might be less than at times we actually think we do this. Worrying about something is not the same as actually sitting down and saying, "Jesus, help me with this. This is the problem. I need your help." Or, "Jesus, help this person with this." "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But he did not say a word in answer to her. So the first response our Lord gives to this woman is the silent treatment. It seems as if he's not going to respond, that he's not answering her prayer, that he's ignoring her. His disciples came and asked him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." This woman gives us another wonderful example here. First, in the first place, just the example of praying explicitly for the things that we need or the things that others need. In the second place here, we see perseverance. Even though Jesus gives her the silent treatment, she must have kept asking and kept pestering, because the disciples come and ask him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." And she's super annoying. Tell her to go. Send her away. And Jesus, at this point, enters into dialogue with her. He said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But the woman came and did him homage, saying, "Lord, help me." Wonderful response of this lady. And Jesus says, basically, it's not time for me to help you yet, right? You're the wrong kind of person. You don't belong to the house of Israel. You're a Canaanite. I'm here to help these other people, to help the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And she doesn't get into kind of a theological discussion of whether the Messiah is only for the Jews or also for the Gentiles, right? She just keeps asking for help. She keeps it simple. "Lord, help me." And sometimes, Lord, in my own life, Jesus, the simplest prayer will be the most important. "Lord, help me. I need your help. Lord, help me. Jesus, save. Lord, help me." He said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." Then Jesus said to her in reply, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed from that hour. What a beautiful compliment, Jesus, to hear from your lips. And in my own desire to be good and my own desire to please you, I would love to hear that compliment from you. Great is your faith. A woman or a man, great is your faith. And how did she earn this compliment? And what happened here that showed her faith? Well, I think it's not just it's not just her last response when Jesus says, it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. She said, please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters. And that's a great response of faith. But I think it's the whole passage that shows her faith. Because what's happening is she keeps asking Jesus for help, and Jesus in one way or another keeps saying no. He seems to be saying, no, I'm not going to help you. At first he's silent, and then he says, I came only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then he says it's not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. So in 3 different ways, Jesus gives the impression that he's not going to help this lady. The silent treatment, we could say the race card, right? The ethnicity card. And then he doubles down on that by saying, hey, and by the way, compared to the children, you're like a dog, right? I'm not gonna help the dog. And so it gets worse and worse in a certain way. His negativity, his apparent unwillingness to help her. And so I think her faith consists in her refusing to believe that Jesus doesn't love her. Refusing to believe that Jesus doesn't care about her daughter, and refusing to believe that he won't eventually help her. In spite of evidence to the contrary. That this is faith. As St. Paul says, we walk by faith and not by sight. The conviction of things unseen. The substance of things hoped for. The conviction of things unseen. We walk by faith and not by sight. And so Jesus is testing her faith. She's asking for something good because she trusts him. And he's like, well, let's see if she really trusts. So first I'm going to ignore her. And then I'm going to tell her she's not the right kind of person. And then I'm going to compare her to her dog. And let's see if she really trusts me, in spite of evidence to the contrary. And this, Jesus, is so important for us because you deal with us in the same way. You want us to show our faith. You want us to grow in our trust in you. And so at times in our life, we're going to have similar experiences to this lady. We will ask for something and we won't get it. We'll want something and the opposite will happen. We'll pray and it seems like Jesus is ignoring us. And faith is to say, okay, I don't care. Whatever response he gives me, I know that he loves me. I know that eventually he's going to help me. Maybe it won't even be in this life. Maybe it'll only be in the afterlife that he makes things right and takes care of me. But I refuse to believe that he doesn't love me. I refuse to believe that he doesn't care. I refuse to believe that he won't do something to help me eventually. Because I believe in his goodness. I know that he loves me. This is what this lady does. Lord, help me. Even the dogs eat from the scraps that fall from the table. You'll be good even to me, who am nothing, who don't deserve your help. I'm the wrong kind of person. But I know that you love me. I know that you're good. And this is the compliment. That insistence in believing in his goodness, that disbelief in evidence to the contrary, is what earns her this awesome compliment from our Lord. Woman, great is your faith. Great is your faith. Jesus, increase our faith. Increase our incredible trust in you. And help us to see, Lord, that at times when you don't respond, you're actually helping us by giving us an opportunity to earn this compliment, to grow in our trust in you, which is also to grow in our love for you. Woman, great is your faith. Oh man, great is your faith. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations which you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect, my Immaculate Mother. Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.